Bring it a blazing. How you doing, David?
That's perfect. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thank you for joining us for Discover UC.
All right, I'm excited.
All right.
A little rainy day, but that's good.
Okay. We'll be dry from here on out. How many times have you been in Charleston before?
Wow, I think maybe this is my third time.
Outstanding. Well, we're glad to have you back in the capital city. What made you decide to enlist in the Naval Academy?
Well, my father was a career Navy guy, so 20 years as an enlisted man, and I had been around Navy bases. I felt pretty comfortable with the military service. And I think sometimes it can be a little daunting for folks to feel like you're giving your life up for the military. But I thought of it as security. Really, I thought it's not only am I going to get great responsibility, but I have a steady job for the next 5 years. So I think the number one thing about it though was that it was one of the top engineering schools in the country. And I wanted to be an engineer, so that I would think was the thing that tipped it over the edge.
So you graduated from the Naval Academy, and
Yes.
you had the opportunity to play professional basketball, which I'm sure
was held
opened
up a little bit because, obviously everyone who graduates from the academies has
That's
service
true.
time. So
That's true.
typically it's 5 years active duty and 1 year reserve. In my case, they changed it to 2 years active duty and 6 years reserve.
Nice.
So that worked out well for me. Got a chance to serve for my 2 years as a civil engineer. I did mostly construction work for the Navy down in Kings Bay, southern Georgia. And after that, I was able to play in the Olympics. The IDEA Olympics were in Seoul, Korea.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
So had you ever been to Asia before that?
I had, because in the Navy we had traveled, so we had gone to Hong Kong and we had made a couple of trips out there. Our Navy basketball team played a tournament in Tokyo, and so I had been out there one other time before that. But I love going out there. I mean, as if I'm not tall enough here in the United States, I'm especially tall in Japan. One of the funny things that happened was when we played our tournament in Japan and with the Navy. I remember after the first game, in the interview, the young lady who was speaking to me, she said, "You had 4 dunks tonight," and I couldn't understand. I said, "What did you say?" She said, "You had 4 dunks," and I thought, "Oh, like you got is that a stat? That's a thing?" She's like, "You'll have many more for us tomorrow night." I said, "I'll try." So it was great seeing how they got so excited about dunks and just playing strong and aggressive. We actually played in a sumo arena. So they threw pillows on the floor after the game, and I guess that meant that they were happy with the show. So
I'm quite sure how to interpret.
yeah, I know it. I saw the pillows come flying out of the stands, and I thought, I'm not sure what's happening here, but it was because they were enjoying themselves.
After your NBA career, you had an opportunity to think about what you were going to do next to make a positive impact, and we certainly have lots of pressing social and environmental issues. But education has become very passionate for you. How did that evolve?
Yeah, it really came from my mom and dad more than anything. They were very adamant, and when we were children, my brother and sister, that we were going to get our education. And so for me, it was always critical to push as hard as I could. And no matter what environment you're in, you've got to be the one responsible for your own education. And so for me, coming out of college and being able to get that degree, I wanted to see more kids be able to have access to great education, both in high school and in preparing for college and in college. So my wife and I actually sat down and said, how are we going to make that change in San Antonio? Let's build a school. Let's try to grow it. So we built the Carver Academy, and now we've got 24 schools in San Antonio.
24.
We've got 24 schools and in San Antonio, and 97 schools across our whole network now, and
That's incredible.
And opened up schools in New Orleans and Baton Rouge, and I mean, it's been an amazing journey, and we're seeing that we're able to get 100% of our graduating kids matriculating to college.
That's terrific.
So it's been fantastic. I mean, we hired 1,000 new people last year, so it's incredible the rate of growth. We're the fastest growing charter school system in the country. So that in and of itself, trying to keep the quality high enough where you're getting all of your children matriculating to college, and to grow at that speed is a real challenge. So that's been our main focus.
I know we brought you to campus to participate in our commencement exercises tomorrow. So give me a little sneak peek. What are you going to be talking to our recent graduates about tomorrow?
Well, one of the things that's been on my heart is worry. And how it destroys, our hope. And so tomorrow I'm going to talk about, my message will be, don't worry. It's everything around us, media, social media, everything tends to make us anxious. And I want to put the kids at ease and just say, look, don't worry. And give them some tips on hopefully how not to fall prey to stress.
Outstanding. I think that'll be a terrific message that'll be very well received. Well, David, thanks so much for joining me for Discover
thanks,
UC.
Martin. Appreciate
It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here on campus with us.
My pleasure.